Your AI coding agent is burning money every single second it talks, not when it thinks, when it actually talks. And almost nobody is doing anything about it. So today we have 10 open source tools that fix that issue and 9 other problems you didn't even know you had. Not the famous ones, these are the tools the sharpest AI developers quietly installed this year. So, because working with agents in 2026 really means fighting four wars at once: the token bill that keeps climbing, the amnesia where your agent forgets everything between sessions, the chaos of running more than one of them, and the risk of letting any of them touching your machine unattended. 10 tools, 4 wars, let's go. So, tool 1 is Caveman. It is a Claude code skill with one rule: why use many tokens when few tokens do the trick? It makes your agent answer in compressed caveman fragments instead of polished paragraphs. And that alone cuts output tokens by around 65%. Two commands and it is installed, and it has levels. Light just drops the filler, full is proper caveman, ultra goes like extremely telegraphic. And when you uncompresses answers into classical Chinese, the densest option of all. Developers at OpenAI and Nvidia are running this right now. And here is the wild part. A 2026 paper tested 31 models and found that forcing brief answers improved accuracy on some benchmarks by up to 26 points. Shorter is not just cheaper, it can be smarter as well. Second tool is RTK, the Rust token killer. Your agent does not just waste tokens talking, it wastes them reading. Every test run, every get diff, every build log gets dumped raw into the context window, and most of it is actually pure noise. RTK is a single Rust binary that sits between your commands and your agent. Run RTK init global once and it hooks into Claude Core automatically. No workflow changes at all. A failing test suite that used to be 200 lines comes back as 20. Which test failed and why? 60 to 90% of the noise gone before it ever goes to a token. Third tool is ccusage. You cannot fix what you cannot see, and most developers have zero idea where their tokens actually go. One command npx ccusage, nothing to install. It reads the usage logs already sitting on your machine. You get daily, weekly, and session reports for Claude Code, Codex, Gemini CLI, Goose, Copilot, and dozen more. Which model, which project, what it cost. All local, zero telemetry. The first time you run it, the number will hurt. That is the point. Fourth tool, Beats, built by Steve Yeki. Every coding agent has the same disease, total amnesia. Close the session and tomorrow it remembers nothing. Yagi calls it the 51st dates problem, and Beats is his cure. So it is an issue tracker designed for agents, not humans. The agent files its own issues, links them with 4 kinds of dependencies, and queries what is ready to work on next. There is no server anywhere. Git itself is the database, so your agent's memory travels with the repo. Bro install Beats, bd init, bd setup Claude. Done. Your agent never forgets again. Tool 5, vibe-kanban. Once your agents can remember, you stop running 1 and start running 5. Then the real question shows up. How do you manage a team of AI agents without losing your mind? Vibe-kanban is a Kanban board where every card is a coding agent. You plan, work on the board, agents execute in isolated workspace, and you review diffs and preview the running app right there. One npx command starts the whole thing, and it is Apache licensed and community maintained, so it stays free. And the sixth tool is gitingest, and this one is a genuine party trick. Take any GitHub URL, replace the word hub with the word ingest, and hit enter. The entire repository comes back as one clean prompt ready text digest. Directory tree, file contents, token count, all formatted for a model to read it in one shot. There is a CLI also, so you can pipe any code base straight into any LLM. Onboarding to a strange repo used to take an afternoon. Now it is just an URL edit. Tool 7. Crawl for AI. Your agent knows your repo now, but the answer it needs is often out on the web, and raw HTML is token poison. Navbars, cookie banners, tracking scripts, garbage in, garbage out. Crawl for AI is a crawler built specifically for language models. Pip install it, point it at a page, and it hands back a clean markdown ready for RAG or a prompt. It drives a real browser under the hood, handles JavaScript, and crawls whole sites asynchronously. Nearly 59,000 GitHub stars say it works. Tool 8. Safety net. Time for the nightmare scenario. Your autonomous agent decides the fix is rm-rf, or a force push, or a hard reset on work you never committed. Everyone has a story. Most people just hope. Safety net is a pre-tool use hook that inspects every command before it runs and blocks the destructive ones cold. It covers Claude Code, Codex, OpenCode, Gemini CLI, and Copilot CLI. 2 plugin commands, and it is standing guard in every session. Hope is not a strategy, a hook is. Tool 9. Promptfoo. Here is an uncomfortable question. You test your code, so who is testing your prompts? Most teams change a prompt, eyeball one output, and ship it. That is not engineering, that is just vibes. So what promptfoo does is that it turns these prompts into test suites. Declare your cases in YAML, run promptfoo eval, and compare models side by side. Write NCI. It even red teams your app for jailbreaks and data leaks before someone else does it for you. Over 21,000 stars in GitHub, and it is used at both OpenAI and Anthropic. So tool 10. Snip. Your agent just redesigned your architecture, and it explained everything in a wall of text. Text is a terrible way to look at a system. You want the diagram. Snip gives your agent a whiteboard. Instead of describing the auth flow, it draws it. Diagrams, UI previews, rendered components on a canvas which you can actually see. And feedback flips too. You annotate the drawing directly, and the agent reads your marks. You stop reading about your system and start looking at it. So that is the whole stack. Caveman and RTK to cut the bill on both ends, and ccusage shows you the damage. Beats gives agents memory. Vibe-kanban gives them a manager. Gitingest and crawl for AI feed them context. Safety net keeps them from deleting your weekend. Promptfoo proves they actually work, and Snip finally lets you see what they are thinking. You do not need all 10 tonight. Start where the pain is. Bill looking scary, that is Caveman, RTK, and ccusage. 15 minutes total. Agent keeps forgetting, that is Beats. And if you run agents unattended, install safety net before you go to sleep tonight. Seriously. Now, notice what these 10 have in common. None of them is a model. None of them is another chat app. They are all plumbing. Small, sharp tools that sit between you and the model. And that is exactly where the leverage is right now. The models are becoming commodities. The workflow is where the real edge is. So do the math on one real week. Say your agent costs you $20 a day. Caveman takes roughly 65% of the talking side. RTK takes up to 90% of the noisy reading side. Stack them, and that 20 can drop under 10. Across a year, that is thousands of dollars per developer. From 2 free installs, that took you 15 minutes. And the other half of this is trust. An agent with memory, guardrails, and test is an agent you can actually leave alone. That is the real unlock here, not a smarter model. A workflow you can walk away from while it works. That is what separates developers who use AI from developers who ship with it. Every tool in this video is open source, and every link is in the description. If even one of these saves you money or saves your repo, you know what the subscribe button is for. Codecraft Studio AI and LLMs for developers. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments.